Here's one I'm very interested in. I'm really glad that our camera guy, Tony Wang, got to review the Nokia Lumia 1020. You're also a Windows Phone guy, so you're the right guy to interview.
Yeah,
to review this.
I mean, I was an early adopter for Android, and
you talked me into the Note 2.
The original Note.
Or the Note 1.
Yeah, and before Android was, I was using iPhone.
Right.
And I guess I got kind of tired of them, and so now I'm on Windows Phone, and the 1020 is sort of the flagship.
It is, at least in terms of the camera. 41 megapixels.
So I want to clarify that. It's 41 megapixel sensor, but effective area is only 34 megapixel.
I don't understand the difference. It doesn't use all 41?
Yeah, so it's almost like a waist. So like imagine a circular sensor.
Yeah.
And you're taking picture in the middle.
Although 34 megapixels ain't bad.
Yeah,
that's still more than any,
right.
Like a lot more than any phone out there.
Right, and I actually took a lot of pictures.
Do we have some images we can see?
We do. I took a lot of photos over the week. I only had the phone for a week.
Yeah.
But I've tried to take sort of day-to-day things that I would take pictures of. So cat, food, things The
detail and the color are stunning.
It is.
How about low light?
Low light.
There's a sunset.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I actually, so one of the feature of this phone that none of the other Windows phone have is the Nokia Pro camera software.
Right.
That lets you do a lot of manual setting, manual focus, manual ISO.
It's kind of neat because they're on-screen dials, so it's a very intuitive effect. Somebody told me this would be a great way to learn how cameras work, what aperture means, because you can see it right away.
Right, exactly, and you can set your ISO up to
look at that
4,000.
That's a tunnel. That's at night. Pretty amazing.
Yeah. But you can see in low light sometimes you have some focusing issues.
Right.
But that's with every single camera phone. So
even regular cameras.
Yeah, there was some.
IKEA has lobsters now.
Yeah, they have crayfish now apparently. So yeah.
Do you have to build it yourself?
Yes. Also, this photo right here.
How is that? Looks like a double exposure.
It was a single exposure. It was a 3-second exposure.
So you dragged the shutter, but
exactly.
Obviously, you can't drag the shutter on a camera phone, but you did something sort of like
so the
that,
only light source is those two lights over there, and
wow, that's amazing.
It's pretty amazing. 4,000
so you can
ISO,
tell it to do a 3-second.
Yeah, up to 4 seconds.
Oh my.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting macro of a beetle on your.
Yeah, it was just on my car for an hour, so I just took a picture. Some reviews say that they have a hard time doing macro shots, but.
You didn't have it.
No, I didn't have
I like
issues.
the depth of field.
Yeah, the depth of field.
Cool. Yeah.
So the default setting, you can take 34 megapixel plus a 5 megapixel JPEG, and you can actually go into the phone and you can pull out both versions.
So the 5 megapixel will be posting on social media.
Exactly.
And the larger one, if you wanted to print it or
exactly.
Put it on
and I don't know if anybody mentioned this before, but previous versions of Windows Phone, they also do the same thing. So when you take a picture with an 8 megapixel Samsung Focus S, it saves a smaller version for emailing. And
now, as far as a Windows Phone, it's a pretty standard phone, right?
Yeah, it's actually sort of an evolution of the 920.
Okay, that was a very popular Lumia.
Yeah, it was a really good phone. So it's the 920 with updated camera.
Show us how thick it is, because that would be one concern. People see it. And there's a slight bulge from where the lens is, but it's not.
Yeah, so it's about 10 millimeter at the thickest point.
Okay.
And
you can slide it in your pocket pretty easily.
No problem.
And I noticed you bought a spec case. So there are cases available, or is that?
Yeah, there's a few accessories available right now. You can get a wireless charging cover that lets you charge.
So that's interesting because the other Lumias have that built in.
Right.
You have to buy a separate cover.
Yeah, they're trying to make the phone as thin as possible. They took that out of the polycarbonate body, and there's also a camera battery grip that I haven't purchased yet. But,
that's kind of funny,
right? And it gives you 1,000 milliamp battery power in the grip, exactly. And also,
what is the battery life like on this?
So it's 2,000 milliamp per hour. So it's pretty good. I mean, on a day-to-day use, I get 12 hours.
Oh, that's probably
before 5%. Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Did you use a 920 or a 928?
I tried it. I tried the 928.
Does this compare? How does this compare to that?
This is definitely the Windows Phone to buy. Like if you're looking for a Windows phone.
Don't even look at the other ones.
Yeah,
not even the 925, the aluminum.
No, I mean I looked at that phone as well.
You want the camera.
Yeah, the camera is really the selling point. And right now, I think this past week the price just dropped. to $249 from $299.
They were charging $300 with contract, and that
exactly. Yeah, and depending on where you are in America, there's a couple states that actually have even better offer right now for $199.
Wow.
But not in California. So
I think in time they might drop even more.
Definitely.
But pros and cons.
Oh, pros definitely the camera.
Oh yeah.
41 megapixel. And the built construction. I mean, this is sort of the 4th generation of polycarbonates from Nokia Lumia, you know, with 800, 900.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's plastic, but you know what? It doesn't feel cheap at all.
Exactly. Unlike the Samsungs, this doesn't feel cheap.
Yeah. How is the screen integrated into the?
It looks like they sort of pop it into the plastic.
Okay, because you feel there is an edge there to it.
Yeah. And there's a feature that only Nokia has at the moment for Windows Phone is if you just double tap the screen, it wakes the phone up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So you are able to add some things.
Yes.
You also get Nokia's apps. You like those?
Exactly. Yeah, those are actually exclusive to Nokia Windows phones.
The Here apps.
Here, the Drive app, you know, and the Drive app is Navtech, I believe, when they acquired it a few years ago. So you can download the maps.
It's good turn by turn.
Exactly. So if you don't have coverage reception, you can still navigate.
Are there any negatives?
Unfortunately, the only negative is Windows Phone.
Yeah, well, that's what's keeping me from buying it.
Exactly.
And it's not even that Windows Phone is bad.
It's not. It's just, it's still sort of growing.
It's beautiful. It's nicely done. But there's apps that...
like Path. I'm still waiting for Path.
I know. I love Path. And that would be great to have Path, which you can take pictures and share them with that.
Exactly.
It'd be beautiful. Have you shared on Facebook? Does it noticeably look better when you share a 1020?
Yes. I've had comments on my photos where, that's really
take that
good.
with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Nokia Lumia 1020, try, buy, don't buy.
It's a buy.
Yeah.
For Windows Phone.
Are you going to buy it?
This is mine.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's the reason why I got a case, because I'm doing a 2-year challenge. So
I thought you only had a week with it. Oh, you just got it.
I just got it.
Oh, I get it.
So I'm going to use this for the next 2 years.
No way.
That's the challenge?
I sold my Nexus 4 to buy this.
That's the challenge?
That's the challenge.
Well, I'm glad nobody ever challenged me. 2 whole years with one phone.
Yeah.
Well, we expect 2 years of great pictures from Tony Wang. Thank you, Tony. Tony is our editor-in-chief, does a great job. And I'm glad you're the one to try this out, since you already know and like Windows Phone. Pretty impressive. Yeah, everybody who has one seems to like it. Even Andy Anako is very happy with it.